Hello everyone and welcome back to Stardew Valley. We are back at the beach farm. I have actually been playing this one a lot lately. So we just had the winter festival. Man, I have like 300 and something hours. I think I have almost 400 hours on my PlayStation saves alone. That is craziness. Oh no, it's... crap. Give me a second. My TV is a little cattywampus. Let's fix that. Okay, we should be good. We should be good. And it's weird going from playing on the PlayStation... Okay, Sebastian's birthday. From playing on the PlayStation back to the computer, because when I'm playing on the computer, I'm looking down at the map versus... when I'm playing on the PlayStation, I'm leaning back looking at the TV. So it's very strange. Also, I still don't know why I bothered to watch the weather in the winter. It's always snowing. Neutral. Okay. That's fine. I can live with that. Okay, nothing for... oh gosh, no. We don't need to put iridium in... Sam, where are you going? Wait, what? Gosh dang it. I was like, didn't I pick it up? Gotta chase my husband. Yeah, I know it's your favorite. Oh, and you gave me pancakes. I already gave you a gift, sorry. I was trying to go in for my good morning kiss. There we go. It weirdly smells like something's burning, but there's absolutely nothing that could be burning in my house right now. How peculiar. Hey, I thought it would be fun to send you a letter. I don't really know what to write, though. Here, I've enclosed a treat for you. Don't tell anyone, but I snagged this from the back room of Jojo Mart ages ago. Ew. Okay, see you soon, Shane. See you soon, Shane. Okay. We got pepper poppers, which I will just tuck into my inventory, because I'm not going to take the small amount of steps back to the house. There we go. And we begin this again. I need to start getting more auto grabbers and stuff, because I think this coop's missing an auto grabber, and so is the one with the void chickens. It's so weird because when I got the laptop, I didn't really play these often. Like, Minecraft and the beach farm kind of like fell by the wayside, but like when I started playing them again, like people were picking them, my headset broke. My headset that had my microphone that I used with my PlayStation, it broke, and I was like, I don't know how to stream without my my headset. And so I took them off the voting poll for a while. So it had been a long time since I had played them. But now it's strange going back, and I have my wireless microphones with my Yeti mic. So it's it's a strange setup going from the computer to the PlayStation and vice versa. It's not bad though, because like I originally started playing Stardew on the PlayStation because I didn't have a gaming laptop. And so I think I actually prefer this format. It's pretty fun. Just it's a lot easier for me to use a controller than just mouse and keyboard. And it's funny because you would think games like, you know, Fallout, like, you know, first-person shooters and stuff like that, that I would feel more comfortable with a mouse and keyboard, but I don't. For some odd reason, I have, like, potato aim if I'm not using a controller. Yeah, I just find it very, very strange. And then going from... I played Red Dead for like months and months and months, and I loved it. But the problem with playing Red Dead is the way that the shooting system works really kind of spoiled me. And I went back and I was trying to play Fallout, and I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if I tried. Because with Fallout, like, it's all you. If it's all your skill. There's no aiming assistance unless you use VATS, but I was never a big VATS user. But yeah, that one was fun. I was like, that was a hard kick of reality. Like, my aim is crap. But I think I'm like trying to remember which like first person shooters I have. The only one that's coming to mind on the computer is I have Fallout New Vegas, which I've logged maybe like an hour into, and I'm still like in the very, very beginning. I'm not very good at it. It's much harder than Fallout 4. And also with the whole, it's on a computer thing. But I don't know. The console gaming versus PC gaming, it's weird how wild the differences are. And I guess the only true comparison I can draw is I do have Stardew Valley on the computer and the PlayStation. And control-wise, I prefer PlayStation. But if I could actually set up my controller to play on my computer, because I know that they're like Bluetooth. Hello, Disnerd. Let me pause for a second and give you a point. Points are looking rather sparse this month. Yes, I do have a lot of cows. This farm was where I really got into, oh, I need a full barn full of every single animal. It's not just you. I think in total there's, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points for 4 people. Wait a second, I did promise everyone an extra bonus point. So everyone gets a bonus point because I forgot to wish everyone a happy Easter. So, there's 16 points between 4 people. It's been a busy month. I will agree to that. Like, I swear when spring starts coming, just everything gets so, like, chaotic. Because, I don't know, maybe it's just, like, the feeling of the season change, but man, seriously, it just gets ridiculous. Do I need to go in here? No, there's only one piece of fruit, it's fine. Let's see. I was actually watching a video about, this guy was going over the differences between the farm maps in Stardew Valley, and he hated the beach farm. Like, not just because of the lack of sprinklers, although that was a huge factor, but also, he's like, it's too long. He's like, the whole map is just too long. I'm like, I can agree to that. I've voiced the same problem with this map a couple times. It takes forever to get, like, from the house all the way down to, like, where Marnie is. Takes too long. Not a fan. Okay, there we go. And then we come down to, like, what am I going to do? Spirits are neutral today. What can I get done on a neutral day? Oh, wait a second. We had... So we have that one. How many staircases do I have? That is the important question. Do I not have any? Okay, I have 34 staircases. I feel like that would be a very reckless attempt to try to make it to the bottom without eating, or well, level 100, without eating food with only 34 staircases. So I'm going to say no to that. Might have been interesting to attempt, but yeah, not today, not today. I need something. I need a gift for the dwarf. I need to be friends with everyone. I swear, some of these like little worm things are just, the artifact spots in late game are just disappointing because they don't really give you anything good. Okay, to the mine. That's another thing about Stardew on the computer. I have modded Stardew and regular Stardew, and honestly, I much prefer the modded, not to make things wild and crazy, but just to make the game more fun. I have so much more fun with modded because there's more things to do, more people to see. The town feels so alive just because there's a crap ton of people. Okay. Oh, yeah, batteries. I forgot about that. Give me those batteries. And oh, I almost sold them. I was like beelining it for the shipping container. I was like, no. Huh, bad idea. Oh, it's raining. Guess I just didn't pay attention to the weather. It's funny because I read it out loud, but I don't like take in any of that information, so everything's a surprise to me. I need to work on... I wanted to plant pineapples here. I just don't really have pineapple seeds. Which is weird, because my personal farm on the PlayStation has, like, the whole farm area covered in pineapples. What happened? Why did I not get as many seeds? I mean, I guess I could check out the merchant, and also, I take no damage from slimes! That was my accomplishment last time. We got the... what was it? The slime charmer ring, and then I combined it with my iridium band. That's it. And so yeah, I am immune. I am immune to the damage of the slimes. Take me to the dig site, please, my parrot friends. I had to get a little bit of water. Now that the temperature is starting to heat up, I've like really trying to make sure I have enough water. So I'm like, I'm one of those people who I definitely don't drink enough water, and so I'm like constantly dehydrated. I try though. I try to be better, but I'm not. I'm not doing so well. And it's like, drinking pure water is so hard to do, but I don't really want to drink anything else. Like, I hate soda. Soda just tastes like syrup. I'm not a huge fan of, like, juice. I like lemonade every now and then, but yeah, for the most part, I'm not a fan. So it's like, how am I supposed to drink anything? How am I supposed to stay hydrated if everything is just too difficult to drink, or I just don't want to drink it? There we go. I also need to finish upgrading my watering can and the hoe, because they're both gold, and I could level them up to iridium. Okay, how much do you sell pineapple seeds for? You sell pineapple seeds from magma cap. That's the problem. I can only get magma caps in the volcano. I wanted to call it the volcano layer, but that was me channeling Austin Powers. But yeah, the volcano dungeon. I can't, like, I'm going to have to do that. I don't want to. Well, I have a return scepter anyway, so if I experience trouble, I'll just zip my way home. Ba, 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 ba. And there we go. Parts of this I can just literally run through now because look at that. Tiger slimes don't hurt. You can't do anything to me. Except the flame sprites, yeah, they still hurt. Do. Go away. Go away. Why are you like this? Why are you this way? Yeah, those guys hurt a lot. Okay, there you go. Had to wait to lure him in. Break the rock. Then run before the other ones hit me. Woo! Ah, dang it. I remember the first time I came here, I had the hardest time getting through the dungeon. Like, I could not navigate. I was constantly getting lost. Everything was hurting me. Okay, come on. I hate fighting two at a time. There we go. Oh no, I hate those guys. Now it's just like, eh. I love how when you get used to things, like, you kind of stop caring a little bit. And instead of it being terrifying, it's just mildly inconvenient. Oh, no. So much fire. So much fire. Oh gosh. Ah! I think those things are like fire salamanders or something, is what they call them. Okay, I straight up... Okay! Peace out, going home. That was, I tried, it went a little too hard, and it did not work out for me. I hate those things. Those things are awful. Honestly, I would rather face the serpents in the desert mine. I would much rather face them. Also, got you a point for attendance. Yeah, those magma sprites are just the worst. Like, why? Why does this game hate us? Let's see. There's all mushrooms and ginger and the wild bait though, that is good to keep. I don't think I need any of that really. I'm like trying not to be such a hoarder with my resources. As I open a chest that has just a ton of things in it. It's 10 p.m. I can't really get into any more shenanigans. Sam is asleep. It's so weird seeing my character be married to Sam, because over the weekend I was playing my modded Stardew game, and I was like, I just married somebody else. Like, so I've been married to Elliot, been married to Sam, now I'm married to Ian, and I'm like, oh, it's weird. All of my husbands in one place. Although I guess right now there's only two of my husbands because Ian's not here, and that makes me sad. That is the one thing about playing on the PlayStation. I miss the characters. I miss the other characters from the other games. Beautiful and sunny on the island tomorrow. Oh, the spirits are very happy. That's a surprise. Reed. Let's see, I have him, and we have cactus fruit. Sam feels lazy today. No, I'm not mad. Just for once, please just watch the children. Although I really want to know when Reed's gonna grow up, because I feel like it's oh, I hit organize instead. I feel like it's been forever since he's been a little toddler. Who's that from? Mayor Lewis has given me money. I still feel like this is hush money from when I found his golden statue, but maybe that's just me. I think on this one, though, I did put it in the middle of town square. So, yeah, I can understand why he might be a little perturbed. But hey, don't do shameful things and you don't have to worry about people finding out. Like using all the taxpayers' money. I can't overlook that, especially not when Marlon has a crush on her. Not willing to forgive. Like, I know, and I'm pretty sure the entire town knows. Everyone just kind of keeps it on the hush-hush, but I'm pretty sure that everyone knows. I feel like Pelican Town's not a place where you can have secrets. Although Pierre does have that secret stash, so that is a thing. Did we find it? I'm pretty sure we found it. But so, I mean, people do have some secrets, but that one just seems really obvious. Especially the way she, like, moons over him when they're at the saloon together. Like, okay, it's never specified, although apparently it is something we cannot tell his wife about, and that he has to find a new hiding spot for. So, I am almost guaranteed it is some sort of explicit material. But what kind of material, I have absolutely no idea. It probably wouldn't be too hard to guess. I mean, it is Pierre. It could be just about anything. Another thought just popped into my head of a more chemical nature, but I don't know, he doesn't strike me as the type. I mean, he will swindle people and try to charge an arm and a leg for stuff that he bought for pennies on the dollar, but I don't think he's the type to engage in any sort of, like, trying to think of the PG way to say this, like, Puff the Magic Dragon sort of thing. But then again, I don't know the man too well. No, don't eat it! That would be interesting if Eric Barone actually did say at one point what the stash is, because I'm curious. Just some Puff the Magic Dragon. I was like, I don't know how to say this without, because, I mean, on YouTube, you do have to mark it if it's made for children or not, which I always say it's not made for children, even though I try not to swear or anything, but honestly, it's so hard to not say certain things, and their guidelines are, like, so strict on what you can and cannot say. So I'm like, how do I say this in a way that won't get it taken off of YouTube? One of the YouTubers who, he says, because he's a music channel, so he does talk a lot about, like, you know, the rapper's lifestyle and stuff, and when he's talking about, like, some of the meanings behind songs, he calls it sniffy dust. And I'm like, okay, and I just kind of get a kick out of it, because obviously, like, I mean, his content's not, like, bad by any means, but just some of the content due to... If you're doing a song by, like, Snoop Dogg or something, you're talking about why the song was made, you expect certain content to be brought up. But because of monetization on YouTube, yeah, things like Puff Puff and Snippy Dust. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, the things that we come up with. I hate this part of every morning in Stardew. Just like take care of every single animal. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy what they allow and what they don't allow. And it's like sometimes you're watching a video and you're like, how is this not like more censored? And then other things are just like, okay, this didn't deserve the censorship it got. I don't understand the algorithm or the reviews or how they do things. And lately, especially, I've been seeing so many people being like, oh, like, I posted this and it was totally fine, and then all of a sudden, like, a month later, when it was starting to do well, they took it down because of, you know, of some weird new copyright, and they don't really let creators know. Like, they're just kind of, like, expected to know what you can and cannot do, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We were actually talking today at work about how sometimes when you like ask a question, and I was bringing up like in science class when I was in high school, we're like, sir, is the answer to this A or B? Because we swear it's this one, but you marked it wrong. So like, is it A or B? And the teacher looks over and goes, yes. I'm like, how are you supposed to figure out anything when people answer you like that? It's like you're being deliberately obtuse. Oh my gosh, my father-in-law, I need to befriend the man. Okay, we get roasted hazelnuts. Go give it to him. Do I have some actually? No. Well, fine then. Okay, so we have the roasted hazelnuts. Now we go find the man. We check and see if anybody else needs a gift. Okay, Lyric, we just say hi to every day. Leo does. The dwarf doesn't need anything because he has already got enough presents. I don't know where Leo is, though. He's probably... I don't care about your trains. I have a beef with the trains in Stardew. Yeah, that was definitely one thing that I hated. Or whenever you would get a paper back and they would be telling you, like, you'd get something wrong, and so you just, like, wouldn't understand it. And so you ask them, like, you know, hey, I need to talk to you about my paper. And they're looking at it, like, they'll ask you, like, oh, well, what did you do wrong? If I know what I did wrong, I wouldn't be asking you now, would I? Kent. There you go. Oh! For once! A character brings up the fact that I'm married! I'm enjoying the married lifestyle pretty well. My husband doesn't bug me and I don't bug him. Yeah, I'm like, I wouldn't be messing up if I knew what was wrong. That one always, and then it gets me just really angry because I feel like they're asking you to, like, pick apart something you've done. Like, oh, tell me why your work is crap. Well, like, it didn't feel like that to me when I did it. So, obviously, if you have a problem, you're gonna have to explain it to me. I always loved teachers who actually gave you, like, good constructive criticism, because I feel like a lot of the times people, when you say, okay, constructive criticism, they really just take it as an excuse to just rip your paper apart and be like, oh, but I was trying to help you. Like, no, you weren't. Like, that didn't help me at all. It just made me feel bad. As a writer, that is so hard because my first, or I should say one of my first beta readers was another writer who definitely had their own unique style and unique voice. And so he would, oh my gosh, he gave me back my manuscript and it was, oh my gosh, I almost teleported home. But he almost, he gave it back to me, and it was completely red pen. And I'm like, what? Oh, I already got that one. Yeah, he had completely marked up, like, almost the entire thing with red pen, and I was just like, what happened? And he was just like, well, you know, it's really not that bad if you just, change this and fix this. I'm like, you mean rewrite it? That's what you're asking me to do. I write a lot of different things. I've written poetry, I've done short stories, contemporary, historical, pretty much whatever I feel like writing. Although, lame as it may sound, my current project that I'm really mainlining is a fanfiction of Fallout 4, because that's what Brain decided it wanted. Because I've played Fallout 4 for years, and I decided that, you know, I wanted to write the story that I wanted to see. Although my problem is I'm extremely lore-friendly and, like, obsessive with details. And so I'll sit there and I'm like, would this actually work here? Could I make this work? Is that how... Does that make sense? And, like, I will have endless debates on, could I actually make this work in the Fallout world? Yeah, it's been interesting. But yeah, that's just, like, my pet project right now. Am I very good at it? Probably not, but I enjoy it. I've actually been writing since, oh gosh. I feel like I started writing back when I was, like, 12? And I have a bunch of my notebooks that I refuse to look at because if I do, I, like, almost have, like, heart attack of cringe. I'm like, oh, it was so bad. So I tend to not reread old things because it hurts me a little bit. I'm like, no, I don't need to see that. But yeah, now I'm, like, super careful about picking beta readers. And actually, at the time, I don't have any beta readers. I did for a while, but my beta reader kind of, like, skipped town on me, so, yeah. I don't have one at the moment, but I do use them when I can find them. Oh, yeah, that sweet spot of about 14 years old where everything is just complete garbage. I'm like, that stuff hurts to read. I'm like, oh, it's bad, it's so bad. So bad. Like, honestly, I'm like, how did I ever think this was good? And of course, even now, like, I reread the first few chapters of my Fallout fic, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, what? So, like, overacting, and just like, ugh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then as soon as I feel like I've got the plot down, I'm like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. Like, this is the plan. All of a sudden, I'm, like, changing things. I'm like, I had it plotted out. What happened? I'm like, it's different now. I'm like, what did I even do? Or I'll think of something, like, oh, that would be, like, a really good dramatic moment. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait, that doesn't even work. Or I'll get the plotline crossed with other things. I'm like, wait a second. That wasn't when that was supposed to happen. That was supposed to happen at this point because something else needs to happen. And then my friend JD would, like, murder me if she heard this right now. But then you have the ever so dreaded sequel to the unfinished book that your brain just decides to plot for no good reason. Yes, Sam, I would love a massage, because it's been a long, hard day of trudging through the snow. Yeah, she tells me, she's like, no. She's like, Rose, don't. She's like, don't do it. And I'm like, but, if I do a sequel, there's certain things that have to happen in the original. She gets so mad. this is what happens when you become friends with other writers. Then they give you the real harsh advice that you're like, I don't want to hear that, but they're like, you need to hear it. I'm like, fine. Do I still plot it in secret? Yes, I do. I just don't tell her about it. But yeah, it's interesting the way, and especially like my writing style and how I go about things is, I feel, very different from how most people do it. Like, I was in a writers group, and they're like, how do you come up with your ideas? It's like, honestly, I wish I could stop coming up with ideas, because I'll be walking down the street, I'll hear something, and then all of a sudden my brain's like, oh, that could make for a very dramatic subplot. Like, oh my gosh. Brain is not good for these sort of things. At one point, my stepsister and I, we had a friend who knew coding and stuff and was working on, like, video game stuff, and we're like, well, she drew, you know, I created storylines and stuff, and we had the friend who did the gaming programming, and we're like, wouldn't it be so cool if, like, the three of us made, like, some sort of video game together? Did it ever happen? No. Could it happen? Yes, because I come up with some really wacky plots. And I'm very heavy on the drama. I have the exact same thing. I have the note app on my phone is just completely packed with, like, random bits of dialogue, random names. I have an entire sheet just for, like, random names that I come up with. And so it's like, oh, I thought of something for a story, or I have this one note, it's called Spots, and it's like spots in books, and yeah, I create, like, random little, like, oh, I imagine this scene, like, I don't have a story that it goes with, but, like, if I ever want to use it, it's there. Like, it was a good idea, and I want to use it at some point, I just don't have a use for it right now. Yeah, and then I always keep a notebook in my purse, just in case, because I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna come up with a good idea. Yeah, eventually I will find a spot for it. It's like, today is not that day, but I will eventually find a spot for it. And some of them are just like, I'll be, you know, just listening to music or something, and I'll hear, like, maybe a lyric, or my brain will just be wandering. I'm like, dang, like, that'd be really good. It's really dramatic. Like, I want to use that somewhere. And before I know it, I have another story in the works. I'm like, dang it. I'm like, we said we'd finish the other ones before we did that. My brain doesn't listen to me. Oh, I love drama. And it's funny because in real life, I hate drama. But, like, TV shows, and I'm talking, like, almost telenovela sort of drama that's just like, what? Like, you know, the whole, you find out, like, in season 12, it's like, oh, you remember that thing that happened in season 1? Yeah, by the way, it was this happened. I live for that stuff, and I don't know why, because I also hate it, because if it's not well done, it's annoying, because they think they've got the drop on you, and it's just like, oh, like, either you figured it out too soon, or it honestly just doesn't make any sense to the story. So I'm like, no, I'm going to do it the proper way, and there's going to be all these layers of drama. And I am a complete sucker for a good misunderstanding. Like, somebody hears something, but it wasn't meant to be taken in the way that they interpreted it. So then it's just like all of these hard feelings, because it's like, oh, so-and-so said this about me. It's like, you completely missed what we were trying to say. Oh yeah. Yes, drama queen completely. And then, as another side project, because I was watching Pleasant Sims on YouTube, because I love The Sims, and she was talking about, like, she has her own save files, I guess, on her blog that people can, like, download and use in their games to play with the characters she's made. I'm like, you know what? I can do that. I'm like, The Sims lore is so great, like, the whole, like, the Goth family and everything in Strangeview, or Strangetown? Strangeville. Strangetown. Strangetown? I never really played with that one when I was a kid, but that one, I want to say it's Strangetown. The drama and lore are just like, mwah, chef's kiss. It's exquisite. I love the craziness. So I was like, you know what? I bet I can do that too. So now I have my own Sims 2 game that I'm making characters and building, and the story web is absolute insanity. Like, if you look at the just the people alone, their web and how they're connected is just so, like, obscure, but it works. I'm like, yes, it's insanity. Yes, I love it. Like, it's okay. Don't question me. But yeah, that web is just. I'm like, how in the world did I do this? Like, there's over 100 people on the web. So it's like, imagine having over 100 simultaneous plot lines going and stories, and everyone has a backstory. Like, there's some dude who's a murderer. There's okay, that was JD's plot line. Not gonna talk about that one. But there's, you know, two houses that they're it's like on the same lot, but the couple you think are together are not together. It's the opposite. But the other people are actually married. It's crazy. But I love it because I love the drama. I'm just imagining something going like da 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 in the background. There's siblings who got in a wreck and they were twins. One came back, one didn't, but they can't tell which one it is. And it's funny because you can actually manipulate the Sims to do all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm like, things are gonna get crazy. And it's supposed to be set in, like, an island sort of setting. So you have, like, the people who actually are from the island, and then you have the touristy sort of people. So there's, like, oh, if you look up on this part of the map, there's, you know, all the low-income housing and, you know, all the tourist restaurants and stuff. But if you look on that side of the island, there's all this, you know, the rich people and whatnot. Oh yeah, I'm, like, messing with these people's lives. It's great, it's fun. But it's drama, it's manufactured drama. I don't have to actually worry about messing up anybody's lives. Although, I'm such an empathetic person, I do get concerned. I'm like, is that okay? Can I really put one person or Sim through that much? But yes, the evil hand rub, and if I had a mustache, I would be twisting the ends of my mustache like a villain. But it's all in good fun. Sometimes I have to promise JD, because I'll be talking about, like, a certain plot line, she's like, Rose, are you good? I'm like, oh yeah, we're fine, it's fine. Don't be worried about the people, it's good. It's all self-contained. What is today? Today's Friday. Can I gift anybody? Yes! Kent is finally to 10 hearts! I don't have to worry about him anymore. Let's see. Yes, it's the infamous. It's fine! Yeah, now I'm curious. Like, I want to go. We're having a cutscene, people. This is the cutscene I thought we had earlier. Okay, so it's like one homeless person to another. And Linus speaks bird. Does it make any sense? No, it doesn't have to make any sense. It's really cute, though. They're adorable. Hello, Leo. My name is Linus. I've heard all about you and your parrot family. Although, okay, now I'm questioning what Linus is wearing, because it honestly looks like bird feathers, so... I have things that I'm questioning. Also, I found the picture of the web, so I'm going to drop it on Discord in the live stream section. Y'all can see just how crazy this thing really is. There we go. You know, that's a fair point. If it was going to be anybody, it would be Linus. Okay. Although, I will throw this in for consideration. Emily. Emily is strange enough, and she does have a pet bird. I would not be surprised if Emily spoke bird as well. Yeah, there's so many there's literally like over 100 people. It's craziness. It's really something special. And then there's Willie. Aye, lad. Linus lives in the mainland with the rest of us. He neglects to tell him he doesn't live in a house or anything. He lives in a tent. And, you know, beforehand, Linus is like, oh, everybody hates me. And now Willie's like, oh, he lives with us. I'm like, you make it sound like he's part of the community, but he doesn't feel like he's part of the community. After hearing your story, I wanted to help. So I talked to Linus here and hatched out a little plan. Willie's pretty great. Go on, Linus, tell him. If I could do a better Scottish accent, I would, because I feel like that is the accent that Willie would have. Leo, I'd like you to come back with us to Stardew Valley. It's a beautiful place, not as warm as here, but still full of life, and I live right in the middle of it, in a tent. We're neglecting to tell the child he's not going to, like, a nice luxe place. I know the lay of the land and many things about the waters, the trees, the animals, and more. You see, I'm a child of nature too. You might say we're birds of a feather. I feel like that's, like, I don't know how that sounds. But I'm getting old and I'd like to teach someone all that I've learned before moving on. His tent is a nice shade of yellow. Okay, but the thing is here, he has like the little, like, treehouse thing. So he at least has some form of, like, stable housing. Linus is, like, in trouble every time there's a stiff wind. Leo, will you come back with us? I'm surprised they didn't ask somebody to, like, adopt him or take him in. Like... You know what? If you've played after this cutscene, you'll understand, like, he doesn't actually live with Linus, and he doesn't live there full time either. So it's like, come to a new land, child, and I'll teach you my ways, but you'll have to kind of, like, fend for yourself a little bit. Leave the island? I can take you back for a visit anytime. And Willie better not be charging him 1,000 gold like he charges me, and I'm the one who fixed the dang boat. But lad, you can't live here forever. That is untrue. We have a resort here now. You know, there are other children back home too. I'm sure they'd love to meet you. I'm like talking so much through this cutscene, but one thing that I just remembered, there are way more kids with the mods that I have. Like, right off the top of my head, there's Trini, there's, oh gosh, I looked up how to pronounce his name, Keahi? There's him, there's, oh gosh, Yuma, Eloise, oh gosh, there's another one, there's Lewis? There's so many kids, and it just makes the town feel like it's not dying. Okay, I fully, like, you can go back and see the episode if you want. I fully embrace Linus's choice to live how he lives. Like, I'm not going to shame him. I chose, instead of telling Robin, like, oh, I'll ask him to move in with me. Like, I know he appreciates his lifestyle, but this is a child. And this child is going to either, depending on how long Linus is around, he's going to end up alone. But it's like, there's so much more opportunities for him. And it's like, okay, he still has a lot of life left to live. He could go to college. He could, live in the city if he wants to. I feel like not allowing him to, or kind of like showing that, oh, he's just going to stay in this lifestyle. I don't feel like it's necessarily right just because he's a child, and I don't feel like he should be making this choice by himself. So yes, there's other kids. What do you think, Anastasia? I think it's a great idea. I think he should stay here. It's up to Leo. Oh, you should see one of the shorts that somebody created. It was me getting absolutely weirdly deep on this game. So what is Leo gonna pick? Oh, he's gonna go! It's okay, Leo. But my family... Oh, it's so sad! And honestly, introspection is my thing. That's what I do. I have to overanalyze everything. She says the parrots are all happy for me, and that they want me to start the next chapter of my life, wherever it may lead. I really tried to make sense of everything, and it's like, this is a game where you have to make choices, and honestly, like, I want to think about the implications of the choices that I make. Because honestly, I'm not sure if I had picked that he needs to stay on the island, if he would actually stay on the island or choose to go anyway. So it's like, yeah, I want to think about this. And this game makes you think, because Sam has a conversation with you, because it's before Kent comes back from the war. And Vincent is, like, he's terrified that his dad's not going to come home. And Sam is just like, oh no, like, he's gonna come home, don't worry. And then he's torn up because he's lied to his little brother, and he's like, was that wrong of me? Like, should I have not lied to him? Like, what can I do? I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it's better, you don't need to put all that on a child. Like, yeah, there's a possibility our dad's not coming home. Children don't need to know that. Depending on how old they are, some of them can handle it. But for the most part, these kids are like, what, 6? I'm like, Vincent doesn't need that on him. So yes, this game purposefully makes you think about difficult choices. And Leo's ready to go. He's ready to embrace the new stage of his life. I was not expecting this cutscene to happen today. A new arrival to the valley. It seems our little town is growing. Now, if Alex and Haley would just get together, maybe my kids would have some friends. And there's Abigail and Pam, although honestly it's... Sam, you said you felt lazy today and you didn't want to do anything. And here you are. I find you on the beach in your pink beach shorts. Explain yourself. Check out these gnarly waves. Guess what? I'm gonna save up for a surfboard. Sam, you make no money. You don't work anymore. What? I've entered, like, this weird parallel universe where my husband thinks he makes money. I'm going home. I'm not paying the exorbitant price to travel on the boat. And let's go inside and see how he left our children. Oh, look! Look! Reed was trying to go down the stairs to the basement! Which has, like, next to nothing in it. But still, He's trying to go down the stairs. Where's Lyric? She's probably trying to stick a fork in a light socket. No, she's on the stairs too. My children love stairs. Oh. Lyric, no! Get back up the stairs! My children just have a death wish, apparently. Jesus. My kids got me worried. And here I am. I'm like, I can't handle my children. I'm leaving. It's Friday. I guess we can go see the traveling salesperson. And do we have all the rare crows, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have all the rare crows. So I don't have to worry about that. I need a checklist of all the things that I've completed and what I haven't completed. Because I forget, because it's so long in between episodes. I don't think I've forgotten too much. Just chop those. And then in Modded, she actually has a portrait, and she has a name. I think her name is Suki. So it's like, the depth, the lore! And Atlas is barking. He's actually been kind of sweet lately, which is... Okay, I say lately for the last, 2 days. He's been absolutely just awful lately. And so I'm like, you know what? It's a nice reprieve that he's not being just a complete jerk. I swear. Oh, so that's what spawned this whole me wanting to ask you guys questions on the stream and then have you answer on Discord, because I posted the pictures of my dogs and I was like, you know, I want to see other people's pets. So any of my people on Discord, if you are here right now, just in the general tab, if you have a pet, I would really love to see your guys' pets. And if you don't have a pet, please feel free to find a cute picture of an animal online and post it there. Because I want more cross-platform connectivity, so I want to try including more things in the streams. Atlas is going to drive me crazy. I can just hear him. I'm like, what are you even barking at? He's probably barking at Tony, which I don't understand why he wants to beat up Tony, but Tony's tiny. It's not a fair fight. So yeah, if you are one of my Discord members, that is a bonus point. If you post a picture of your pet or picture of just a cute animal, I'm stuck. Yeah, just you can get a bonus point. Today only. The offer is good today. And it's weird that she sleeps with the window open. You'd think there would be some shutters or something. It is snowing, and this poor pig is out in the snow. I treat my animals better than that, and I'm surprised that Marnie lets this stand, because Marnie's always vaguely threatening you, you better take care of your animals. I'm like, okay, Marnie, I promise. Doo-doo-doo. It's 9 p.m. I always feel towards the end of the day, I don't really have anything to do, but it just feels weird to go to sleep before I'm completely exhausted. This game's just weird. I love this game though. I would just do it in the general chat where I posted the pictures of mine. I mean, you can really post it anywhere, but yeah, there's no specific tab. I'm even gonna pause the stream and take a look at it. Oh my gosh, my boss is texting me too. Oh, look at the cat! Oh, so cute! Oh, and the pupper. Oh, Oh, they're so cute! I love them all. They all get a purple heart. For some odd reason, my phone is... I hate Discord on my phone sometimes. It doesn't let me, like... There we go. We have reacted. Oh, that's sweet. I love them. They look like amazing puppers and one amazing cat. You know, I don't get why people hate on cats so much. My husband's one of those people. He hates cats. And I'm like, how can you hate cats? Cats are just... I think it's because I have a cat personality. Because when I'm not in the mood to be social, I'm not going to be social. Nor am I going to fake being nice and social. So, I'm like, maybe it's just because I have a cat personality. But, like, I love cats. And I feel like cats are the best because... Oh, look, there's the rest of the cutscene. The birds have gone to prepare a place for him! So now Leo has a treehouse. So he lives in a tree and Linus lives in a tent. Wow, the wine made us so much money. Wow. Look at that. 73,000 off of the wine itself. That's what, 32 bottles of wine? And then the ancient fruit itself. Oh man. That's where the money is. You know, cheese isn't that bad either. I did make 1,100 or 11,000 off of cheese. So, cheese pays. This stuff is like, I don't know if it's necessarily like the most worth it, but it got me a little bit of money. But yeah, I think I just have a cat personality. So, but that was the last day on this episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow with another episode of my Discord Members' Choice. So if you want to get on the voting, please feel free to go to my Discord channel. It is linked on Twitch. If you like this episode, please feel free to follow me on Twitch to get notified whenever I go live and whatnot. If you want to see any of my previous episodes of this, Minecraft, Phasmophobia, The Outer Worlds, anything else that I've played, please feel free to go to my YouTube channel. It is linked on Twitch. And once again, I will be back tomorrow. So I will see you then, and have a good night. Bye!